have a brand new budget process that we will be doing. I mentioned it just a little bit in our all things clubs needs to know section earlier today. And I wanted to re-go over this new awesome piece. So I have asked Sam Johnson from SAC to help us out with this, just to go through a visual how-to of the new purchase request process. So as I stated, we're really moving over to the Presence platform for almost every club-related system, whether it's, you know, event planning, attendance, budget, all of that. We are trying our best to kind of combine everything into there, so it's a nice one-stop shop, streamlined process for clubs to go to. So Sam, if I could ask you to share your screen for the Presence page, that would be appreciated.
Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it's just loading now to open up a little bigger for us.
Yep.
I'm gonna open this up too a little bit for me. Now I can't see it. I'm loading. Dramatic effect. Dramatic effect. It was on here. It still says you.
Okay, let me try again.
Sorry. Technical difficulties. Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, looks good. So bear with us with that, but we will make that work. Okay. So as Natty had mentioned about the Presence How-To section of our Leadership Summit, we want to go to mcla.presence.io to get there. We're going to use that little profile drop down, and we're already logged in. Perfect. We're going to hit Admin Dashboard from there, and we're going to let it load. It'll say hello to you. For your access, every treasurer should have access to especially the Manage Finance piece of this. So it'll just say hello. You'll come over to the side panel and you will click the Finance tab. Awesome. And as you can see, Sam has access to the student activities budget. If you're, again, if you're your treasurer for your club, you should see your club's budget there and be able to click on it. It shows you this green bar right there of how much you have left, what was requested so far. So if you put any requests in, which Sam has been testing this process with us, and then spent shows you the accurate amount of money that was reconciled and fully spent through this process for that. And as Sam scrolls down, go ahead, Sam. These right here are different budgets, but you'll just see for your club just the one budget on the left that'll have the total available and the total allocated, which should be the total amount of money your club has for the year. Okay, so when you do request, the available number should change based on how much money you have left to spend in your budget. On the right, it says latest requests, so you can always see what requests you've put in, and we'll show you again where status is for that, but you can always click on those and see status. And those pieces, it even has a little filter thing. But yes, Sam, can you scroll back up, please?
Yep.
Thank you. And as you can see here, just a description. There's nothing really too much about that, but total allocated will also be the total for this year's budget that you got. So SAC is at 90,000. Their account code for us on our end to keep track of when I'm looking at everyone's budget and what was spent over the year. You each have a different account number that we've put in there. And then not sure about zero requests, unless that just means that there's an in-between. We haven't seen what that piece does yet, but it's probably a certain in transition from when a club requests money to the SGA treasurer approving it, and then the actual spending of the money is probably where that kind of plays in. Again, this is a brand new system. We're still learning. We've been testing it only briefly. And the plan is to completely go with this process October 1st. So we will ask all treasurers to move to this process that we are going to fully show you October 1st. And we will we will deactivate the purchase request form on the forms tab if club treasurers have used that one in the past. All right, so we are going to walk you through if you were to say, okay, we're ready to purchase through our club budget, ready to go. Yes, so let's do that. So over here, you'll see create transaction. It's going to have a little click down. You're going to go to expenditure. The other pieces you shouldn't have to worry about. Expenditure is probably going to be the most one you use out of any of those pieces. You shouldn't have to worry about the other ones. So this is our create expenditure form. So again, this would replace the purchase request form that we had out that's fully in presence for you. So we are going to start, and we actually have one that we're going to like test and do all the way through for the most part. So yep, Sam's going to put in that it's Saks Welcome Back Bingo. Requester is Samantha Johnson. And then a phone number in case we need to reach the contact person. Now here, this one right here for position. So obviously, like for treasurers filling it out, perfect. Like you're going to click treasurer normally. Some clubs do give a little bit more access to their students, whether it's choreographers or committee chairs or different pieces of if somebody is running a specific event for the club and they have confidence that that person is allowed to do those purchases to help. That is fine. They would just have to click other, and when you click other, you would type that. So if you don't mind, Sam, just do that for a second. And then you're going to click your club organization department, and you can search it like Sam's doing, like Student Activities Council. Yep. And then say event date and time of whenever the event was. We're gonna kind of backlog here because that's when this event was. Yep. For that. And as you can see, we have like the time, so you can put the actual date of the event and the time of the event. So if you've got an event coming up October 1st, you can go in there October 1st at say 8 p.m., put in at 8 p.m. That also just helps us know when you're going to need your supplies by, just to help us out with that piece a little bit more, because we will still need time to do these requests, of course. From hitting other, if we were to finish up this whole form and hit submit, that triggers to go to the club treasurer. So as a club treasurer, if you give access to someone else that's allowed to put in a purchase for you that's not on the club e-board, this would at least bounce to you to make sure they did it correctly and that they are asking for a realistic number that you had communicated previously for an event or for some supplies for the club. Okay? Just want to be clear with that. So Sam, you're going to switch it to treasurer though, because obviously you're treasurer for this part, and we'll move down. Now, expenditure items. This is where we usually put, list out every item that we pretty much plan to get, right? You want to have everything planned out ahead of time. So this one says event description, okay? And let's see. Oh yeah, you can just do welcome back bingo for that part, I think. Because then the title below, this is where we want to put Walmart or where we think we're going, whether it's Walmart, Amazon, whichever, you want to already have that listed there and you want to put it there for that. And I would do for title Walmart dash like prizes or something for just a very small description. It could be, say, general craft supplies for a club. It could be, decorations. You can put some sort of little bit of a description there as well. So like welcome back bingo, and then event prizes, Walmart, and then I don't think, yes, and then budget. So here you would click and you would, in this case, like Sam's budget has some sub budgets. Other club budgets don't have that right now. That doesn't mean in the future we won't. But what we're going to do is you would find your budget, which it really should just be that one. If you are part of two clubs, you just want to make sure you pick the correct budget. So your club should pop up. You click it there, and then you put an amount. Oh, no, you don't even have to put an amount yet. Just the budget. And it shows you what's available to spend, though. So if you're going to spend $2,000, oh, like there's not enough for that, and you can kind of already gauge like where and what you have left and available to spend at that time, especially if you have multiple requests in. Below here, we say, please list each item that you're looking for to purchase. This just helps us know that you have a breakdown of what you're purchasing for us, so that it helps the SGA Treasurer Kelly and myself know what you've planned to spend. That doesn't mean that if something doesn't work, say you need chalk instead of markers, or you need stickers instead of, I don't know, glue or like something, right? Or even if you forgot something very simple, it doesn't mean you can't purchase them. It just, we want to have you think about everything that you need to do for your club event in that moment. So take your time with this to fill everything out. So in this case, we're doing, we're doing all these prizes, like they got ramen, Pop-Tarts, and if you're not sure about specifics, right, I'm okay with something that says like snack food and a price at which how much you would do for snack food, okay, just so you know. But so you would add up your total from there, and then once you click it, it puts it right into that thing. Now that's Walmart. Say we want to go somewhere else. We're going to go, I think, to Target as well here. So we hit add at the top. We scroll down, brand new one, right? So we're going to put Target dash. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, we should put the same thing twice for that. So that's perfect. So Target dash, like event prizes. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we put up there. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so we just make sure like it's the same event. We've added just another place that we're going to go shopping for stuff. If we make sure that it's in the budget. I think it even changed. So like we asked for some money already, and that availability has changed per what's available for you. But so you list again, just anything that you think at Target you're going to get. And we have an example, but as Sam's doing here, we're going to get I think it's three, like 50 times, what does it say? 3 sticky notes?
2 sticky notes.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. It's very small right now, but so you'd put the quantity of about how many you're going to get. So even if it was like packs of markers, I'd say I'm getting 3 packs of markers at $5 each equals $15 I'm going to spend out of my budget or so. Is what you're planning? And those can still be estimates, right? Like, as much as I'm saying that markers are going to cost you $5, when you get to Target, maybe they're going to be less, maybe they're going to be a little bit more, but hopefully within of what you've researched for how much markers are, those pieces. So you just want to fill out as much as you can. It's still an estimate, but do a little research. And this keeps you fiscally responsible because you've taken the time to make sure, like, how much do you actually plan to spend on your event from your budget. And so adding it up, you put it in there. And as you can see at the bottom, it totaled both item or both location places that you're going to purchase from all together. Yep. Perfect. Lovely. So once you're done, and again, you can keep hitting add, but once you're done, you scroll back up to the top here, and you're going to hit submit for approval. Okay. And then I believe it goes to our SGA Treasurer Kelly, who will be getting, oh, thank you, actually, before I go to that next piece. It says, thank you, your response has been sent successfully. Okay. Click here to schedule a purchase club supplies reservation time with an office assistant. So even though we have to wait for approval before you can go shopping for your event, you should be able to schedule through the bookings reservation thing a time to do the purchase. You just want to do it a few days to like a week later, so it gives Kelly and I time to review and approve your purchase request. That we just feel like you're good to go, you've done all the thoughts, we sign off on that. So Sam, if you don't mind, could you click that just for a second? The click here. Yep. So when you hit click here, it'll again bring us to that SGA office reservations form that I showed everybody in the all things clubs. So we would click purchase club supply. We would, if today's the 27th, we just put the request in. Let's do the 30th. You can even do October, but you can then click, September 30th, 3:30 like Sam did. She would fill out the rest at the bottom here of name, email, etc. Club right here, so we would make sure that we knew it was SAC. If Sam was part of 2 clubs, we'd want to just know that, oh, she's purchasing today for SAC and not for the other club. And then, again, that purchasing online or in person. Again, we're going to really highlight that everyone pick online as much as possible because like we want to try and keep social distance, and we can do a lot of things virtually these days. So we can even assist you virtually with the purchase with myself, Meg Bantle, the programming assistant, or any of our office assistants that are available during the office hour times. And you'd be able to hit submit on that, and it would go through the confirmation process. But once you have that, again, it says, please note, it must be approved ahead of time. But so Sam's going to kind of wait for us to approve. Kelly, did you happen to get anything?
Yeah. Okay, my microphone's on. Yes, I did get that. I approved at least part of it at this point, because it shows up, interestingly enough, separate. The Target versus Walmart section showed up separately for me, but I've approved one of them so far.
Which is great. So that's also something for us to note is that each location or each, depending, like it's transaction based. So it's kind of like we're approving each transaction of things that will be purchased for that. And now that, yep, so as Sam is showing us, it is right there. It has popped up in our latest requests location. I believe up at the top also, in case like you want to see all your requests. Oh, it might be on the next page actually.
So I do it over here. It says latest requests, and then you can hit view all.
Very nice. Oh, okay, your general finance tab, see the 3 at the top there of budget, transactions, and requests? That's also how you can see the flow of it. So
you might want to hurry up because the next section is supposed to start in 2 minutes.
Ooh, thank you so much. Yes. But yeah, so once we approve that and I approve it, it will go into the availability section. And then from there, once we have the receipts, we will do what's called a reconcile form, which our office will do, and it will take the money out, in a sense, out of your budget completely. So right now it's going to hold the money so you can't overspend in your budget since it's on hold. But then once we go on the back end and do, if you spent, how much did we ask for on this one? $106.64?
Yeah,
Perfect.
for total.
So say you spent 156 whatever, that's okay. We're going to go in, fix it, and it's going to take the 156 and change out.